take you to a place where the sun is always shining. A land of water is within minutes of traveling, and the most popular destination is most likely filled with stars. Can you guess the place I'm depicting? Well, as most of you probably already thought, it is the one and only state of California. This is the region where my journey begins. This is the state I was born in, and even though I no longer reside, this is the place I will forever call home. Now let's fast forward a few years, approximately February 2004, when I made the commitment to join the United States Air Force. I departed for basic training February 2004 and graduated from tech school of March 2004. I received my first assignment in Ogden, Utah, Hill Air Force Base. I experienced 2 combat rotations while there, both to Balad, Iraq. During my second tour, I decided it was time to spread my wings a little bit more in the Air Force, and I applied for another assignment. I received an application for a controlled tour and applied for the assignment. Within a week, I received an acceptance letter from headquarters regarding the assignment request. I returned from Balad, my second tour, September 2006, and had to report to my new assignment by 31 October 2006. I arrived at my new duty station. It was Linda, California, at Beale Air Force Base, 16 October 2006. I spent 4 years of my career there. I even had the opportunity to re-enlist in a T-38. Now that you have an idea of the beginning of my Air Force career, let me talk a little bit more about Beale Air Force Base and what happiness that location has brought me. Upon arriving at Beale Air Force Base, I had the opportunity to meet wonderful individuals. Among that assembly of individuals, I met one person who has made an impact in my life for these years to come. He is now my best friend, my husband, and the father of my children. I was introduced to Dominic Valle the first day I arrived on station. We connected almost immediately, but unfortunately he was on his way out the door for deployment. However, we stayed in touch via email and telephone the whole time he was gone. When he returned, we were oddly inseparable. And 2 years later, we made our commitment official on 6 April 2009. During our assignment, we of course had to endure many days of separation due to deployments and TDYs. Our relationship reinforced itself during the chapters we had to conquer, and it always seemed that our bond was stronger than the day before. After we realized our contract was coming to an end to Beale Air Force Base due to the controlled tour, we decided that there was no better time than to try for our family. Dominic returned home from deployment in October 2009. We received word that our new assignment would be McCall Air Force Base, Wichita, Kansas, with a report date of June 2010. We were also blessed to find out in November 2009 that we were expecting our first child. With the baby on the way and the new assignment to prepare for, life was coming at a fast pace, but it was everything we wanted. We arrived at McCall Air Force Base on 8 June 2010, and our son, Mateo Luis Valle, was born 16 July 2010. I received 6 weeks of maternity leave and returned to work the end of August 2010. Now you should have a clear understanding of the history of my foundation and what matters to me the most in life. Since Mateo has blessed Dominic and I with his presence, life has not slowed down, and becoming parents has definitely humbled us. Not that we were much different in the aspect of how we spent our leisure time before we were parents, but becoming parents has definitely put things into perspective when it comes to what we used to consider free time. Dominic and I prefer to do activities with our son. However, we recently enjoyed our first date without Mateo. We went to see Transformers at the IMAX, and it was great. It was a good time. I just wish we would have went on a date maybe a little sooner. I think waiting so long got us both used to having Mateo around, and when we didn't have him all of a sudden after a year, pretty much, it was a little strange, and I don't think I enjoyed the night as much as I could have, because I was constantly worried about what he was doing, or if he was worried about what we were doing. So, but all in all, I mean, it was a good time. And after it was all said and done, I'm glad we both do not prefer to enjoy the nightlife. We're both not night owls, and I'm glad that we both agree that we like to have our son with us. Just a couple months ago, our family received wonderful news relating to my career and the progression of our family. In May 2011, I received notice that I was accepted for an instructor position. I applied for this position in the beginning of 2011, and I will be beginning my new journey as an ALS instructor the end of July 2011. In June 2011, we found out that we are also expecting an addition to our family this winter, 25 December 2011 to be exact. So many events have and are taking place since we combined our lives, but Dominic and I agreed that this is the way we want it, and we couldn't imagine it any other way. Now you know the details of what distinguishes me. More importantly, you now have an understanding to identify the priorities that compel me to do the things I do. I've given you a breakdown of my life's journey and what intricate details define who I am. My life's not a fairy tale, and definitely not perfect, but it's mine. As I stated before, and I will say time and time again, this is the life that Dominic and I have chosen, and this is the life that we have decided to build for ourselves and our children. Yes, there are tough times. There are times when we don't think we can get through things, and sometimes the reality of everything seems impossible. And that might be so if God wasn't on our side, but He is. However, this is the way we want it, and as far as I can see, this is the way that life should be for us. Anyways, and this is the life that flourishes off of family.